The Indian aviation sector is growing manifold in the post-COVID world. With Air India being taken over by the Tatas, the other private sector players like Indigo and SpiceJet ramping up their operations, the Indian airline industry is seeing a huge growth. New players like Akasha Air have also pitched in, and with it comes the aspect of maintenance and also what is called the MRO in the technical parlance. We have two representatives from NIJL, the major Dutch player in the aircraft docking industry, who have recently signed an MOU for a joint venture with Sagar Asia, a Hyderabad-based major startup in this sector. And what we are seeing from them is the ability to understand the Indian ecosystem in terms of the engineering talent that is available, the technical talent that is available here, and also the infrastructure with companies like Sagar Asia, which can bring forth to the table a major revolution in this sector. And definitely to hear from them would be a pleasure, and I'm actually asking them to speak about their company and what do they see in the Indian aviation sector as a potential, and of course the spin-offs into other sectors as well.
My name is Norbert Pietersen. I am the CEO and shareholder of NIJL Aircraft Docking. NIJL established this business in 1926 as a formal steel construction company. In the end of the 60s, we started our business in the aviation industry. Mainly started with docking systems, what was requested by KLM for the big Boeing 747. We as a shareholder are on board since 2017, and we grow the business not only for the aviation industry but also for other businesses like the railway market, like the power and process market. There is a relationship with Sagar Asia, and we met Mr. Sagar a long time ago. I think the relationship started in 2011 by doing the first project here in India with Air India for a universal tail dock. After that project we remain in contact, and last year we decided to enhance the relationship with each other by setting up a cooperation, a partnership. Recently this week we signed an MOU, a memorandum of understanding of a possible joint venture for sharing the business, the products what we can supply here in India and also in the Asian market, for helping India to grow the market in the aviation industry. Beside that, we will take care of the other products beside the aviation industry, what we can sell in the market in Europe. Yeah, well, it can start on two ways. First of all, if you look to the aviation industry, there's an enormous amount demand in India. India will be the fast-growing market in the aviation industry, so there is definitely a need of our products here in India, especially when the number of MRO companies will grow drastically. And we think by helping Sagar Asia to share our know-how and experience, and by doing the fabrication here locally in India, we have a good market position in India to get a big market share for our products. If you compare with the products what Sagar Asia has beside the aviation industry, what we can sell in the European market, I think there is a big chance, a big opportunity to increase the revenues also in the European market. There's a lot of needs of this type of products, so we think it's a very good potential of this MOU, what we can work out with each other. Yeah, I think we worked already with each other for a couple of projects, and we were quite impressed about the quality and the experience of the engineers. Working with them, I think it is in a high level with high skills. So it has definitely benefits, since in Europe it is quite difficult to get good qualified engineers. So helping us out with growing the business globally by using the engineers here in India, I think that makes sense. And if you look to communication, the communication skills are well established. We can sit down together, we can fly to each other, we can set up team sessions with each other. So the way of working, I'm looking very positive to the cooperation for that.
I'm Mark Huyting, one of the shareholders of NIJL Aircraft Docking from the Netherlands, and we are here in India to work on the cooperation with Sagar Asia. The airline industry is coming from a difficult period. COVID was hard for the industry, but if you look at the industry now, after COVID, then there's a lot of challenges, and the challenges are in a growing market. I think airlines are almost back to the level of pre-COVID, and the increasing demand in India is really impressive. If you look at the numbers we heard this week during our visit, I think India is the fastest growing market almost in the world. So we are very happy to be here and have a solid partner in India to go to that business. I think India is an ideal place for MRO market. What you see is that there are already big players available in the market, but we expect a big growth in India, and they support the Indian market as well as the global market. So I think a lot of airline companies can do the MRO in India. And what you see is that it's a developing country on MRO markets. And what you see is that what we know from our experience, we are a company that's almost 100 years old. And what you see is that what we see in other companies other countries that are developing is that quality and safety are becoming more important. And that's why I think the combination Sagar Asia and NIJL is very good, because we have the experience and the quality from the Netherlands with a lot of experience worldwide in the MRO business, and we can combine that with the knowledge and the competences of an Indian company who's very good in engineering but also in manufacturing. So I think that in combination can bring the MRO business in India to a higher level, because quality and safety and the European and worldwide standards would be necessary in the Indian market as well to be a global player, and that is, I think, what India wants. I think it's a very clever strategy from the Indian government to be self-reliant in India for a lot of things, and I think with the knowledge we have, we can support that, and I think there's a good chance that India will grow for the whole area to be a interesting and also trustable partner to deliver a lot of goods, and also airline related. Yes, I think if you look at the experience of NIJL Aircraft Docking, they have a lot of experience in the commercial airlines industry, but we have a lot of cooperations with the defense industry as well. Several defense governments from different countries provided us with contracts. We're very happy with that, and I think even the defense industry has a higher demand on quality, and I think in that way we can make this cooperation with Sagar Asia even more successful, because I think we can bring the business to India and develop the company together in the probably joint venture, and I think that could be a very successful partner for the defense industry in India as well. I think India has a lot of talent, and I'm impressed by what I see and what the level of the knowledge of the people is. But what they lack is probably years of experience, because the market is developing. And if you combine that together, then I think India can speed up quite fast. And for example, if you compare it to China, I think the entrepreneurship has a long history in the Indian history. And I think that is different from China. So I think they are in a really good position to move on very fast in the worldwide economy.